previous lecture video, just $10 a week. 2 Starbucks lattes a week. If that's all you did, starting now, when you get to retirement age, 65, thereabouts, you're going to have almost $800,000. And so, I can imagine somebody saying, yeah, that's great. I'll start on that next year. Why is it important to start right now? Well, let's take a look at the cost of waiting, of not starting now. So let's take Bianca. Now, at age 15, she has some summer jobs, making some money, but she doesn't have any expenses. She lives at home and all her expenses are paid. And so she's able to put $1,000 from her summer jobs every year for the next 10 years. So she's invested a total of $10,000. Now her good friend, Patrice, she has some summer jobs too, but she spends it on, getting some extra clothing, going to the movies, whatever, a variety of different things. But something happens at age 45. Her parents retire, and she's talking to them, and all they have to live on is Social Security. And when she looks at the amount of money they're trying to live on, that Social Security is not enough money. And she is horrified. And so she gets into a panic. Up to this point, she has spent money going to Cancun, buying a fancy car and house, and hadn't thought about saving for retirement. So at age 45, she really hits the, got to get into panic mode. And so she's able to put aside $10,000 every year for 20 years till she's 65. So she's invested a total of $200,000. That's 20 times as much money as Bianca invested. So who has more money saved at age 65? Well, I think you can probably guess who does, because I've intentionally set it up that way. But here, let me show you. Bianca, with her small investment of $10,000, has almost $800,000, whereas Patrice, even though she invested $200,000, has $150,000 less. She's only at 630. Now, 630 is not a bad amount. But gee, which would you rather be? Patrice getting into panic mode at 45 and having to take $10,000 every year that she could have been spending on vacations and other things and putting that into her retirement planning? Or would you rather be Bianca that hasn't put in a penny after, year 10? And so she's got access to all those funds to do what she wants. Now, of course, if Bianca had increased her investing, she'd be off the chart, literally. But this is just to illustrate to you the cost versus starting down here when you're age 15 and having 40 years for it to grow versus starting at age 45 and only having 20 years to go. So the important thing, and this is a statement that's often attributed to Albert Einstein, although there's no positive proof that he ever said it. But it's a good statement. That compound interest is the 8th wonder of the world. And if you don't understand that, it ends up costing you money. If you understand the significance of compound interest, you can use that to allow you to retire on a very small amount of investment. But the key is you have to do it now. You have to start now.